bats, I'm scared of snakes, I'm scared of things I can't see. And she says, no, Rahul, you're not scared of all those things. You're not scared of the darkness. You're not scared of the dog. You're not scared of the bats. You're only scared of your mind. You're only scared of your imagination and what you are thinking. And then she said that, you should not be scared of the darkness, because the truth most often is in the darkness. And if you do not have the courage to face your fear, you do not have the courage to go into darkness, you will not be able to understand the truth. You will not be able to fight for the truth. This is one of the biggest lessons in my life. I use it. It's a political lesson. I didn't realize then. Now, as I get older, I realize it was not only a political lesson, more fundamentally, it was a religious lesson. I didn't understand then, and what she was saying to me was that Satyam Shivam Sundaram. That's what she'll say. She said that I want you to be able to go into the darkness. I want you to be able to go where you're scared. And I want you to see what the truth looks like. And later I realized, my God, by taking me into the garden, she was explaining Shiva to me. She was explaining the central tenet of our religion. She was explaining Satya to me. And in many ways, she was explaining Ahimsa to me. And she said to me, I remember that, listen, truth is painful sometimes. Don't worry about it. Deal with it. And there are some truths that need to be told here today in this house. The first truth is that this is not a women's bill. This is nothing to do with the empowerment of women. There is a women's bill. It was passed in 2023 in this house itself. And my friends and teachers in the BJP said that it will be implemented in 10 years' time. That is the women's bill. This is an attempt to change the electoral map of India, using and hiding behind India's women. And actually it is a shameful act, because instead of giving them women's reservation, which is very easy to do, and every single opposition person will support it right now, bring that old bill back right now, and we will help you pass it for implementation from this second. Now, that is the women's bill. This is something else. And the truth needs to be told about what this is. Speaker Sir, for letting me speak on the subject of students, of their exams, of the education system, of your proposed bill. But before I start, I'd like to say that I was very excited, reassured by what the future of this country did on our streets. This was not anger. This was not violence. This was not hatred. This was an expression, deep expression of the youth of this country, of the future generation of this country. And I feel that all political parties must respect this expression, including my friends in the BJP. In fact, I'm pretty certain, and I've seen examples of it, if my friends in the BJP were to go and ask their own children what they felt about what their brothers and sisters were doing, they would find agreement among their own children. There is nothing wrong with what has happened, and every Indian should be proud. Now, I thought I'm going to be giving a speech about the next generation. And so I was thinking, how do I start this speech? What should be the starting point of this speech? And I thought a good starting point, Speaker Sir, would be a conversation I had with some students, young girls, which gave me a very interesting perspective. It was their perspective, but I think I agree with the perspective. I'd like to lay this framework first on the table. The question I asked the girl was, you said to me that you're a student. What does this mean? Does it mean that you study in a college? Does it mean that you study in a school? Does it mean you read books? What does it mean? She gave me the most beautiful answer. She said a student is someone who has an open mind and an open heart. Student is someone who right from the beginning accepts that they do not know everything. Student accepts that whatever he knows will be superseded later by new knowledge. Student understands that the universe is constantly changing, dynamic, in movement. And so student understands that knowledge is also constantly changing. Most important value of a student, she said to me. I asked her. I said, yeah, very good definition. What's the most important value of a student? She said in 1 second, humility. I said, why? She said the student knows that they do not know the truth. The student respects the truth of all other living beings, all other human beings. Like Gandhiji said in his autobiography, The Search for My Truth. Meaning, this is my truth, your truth might be different. Then I asked her the next question. I said, you've defined a category very well. This category of student. Who else is there? She says, there is another group of people. They are not students. Who are they? She says, they are absolutely convinced that they know everything. They believe that the universe is static. And they believe that knowledge emerges from inside them. They believe that they are God. That everything that is to be known is known to them. They are arrogant. They are arrogant. They don't listen. They don't respect other people's truth. So I said, what do you call these people? She said, I call them idiots. So I...
Why you are worried? Yeah, he's not telling about you. Why you are worried? He is telling about it.
What? Sir, मैंने बोला नहीं सर कुछ. So she said to me, there are two categories. There are two categories in this world. The student. She said a farmer can be a student. A lawyer can be a student. A doctor can be a student. Unemployed youth can be a student. It's the thirst to learn, thirst to understand. Like a sponge. You want to take everything in. You want to understand. It's beautiful. It's even respecting the rest of the universe. What about these idiots? She says to me, these idiots, they don't listen to anything anyone says. What's it? Speaker sir, what is going on, sir? So she said to me,
मान्य सदस्य, आप प्रतिपक्ष के नेता हैं.
She said to me,
एक मिनट, मान्य सदस्य, प्लीज एक मिनट. मान्य सदस्य,
मैं आपके बारे में नहीं बोल रहा हूँ.
प्रतिपक्ष के नेता हैं.
I'm not talking about you.
माननीय प्रतिपक्ष के नेता, मैं आपसे आग्रह करता हूं.
सर मैंने इनका नाम ही नहीं लिया सर.
आप सुनिए मेरी बात. एक मिनट, एक सेकंड में, एक मिनट. माननीय प्रतिपक्ष के नेता, मेरा आपसे आग्रह है कि हम विधेयक पर चर्चा कर रहे हैं.
मैं कर रहा हूं सर. मैं स्टूडेंट डिफाइन कर रहा हूं सर.
ठीक रहेगा
सर. आई एम डिफाइनिंग अ स्टूडेंट सर. आई विल लेट मी कैरी ऑन सर. सो आई सेड सर, ये जो स्टूडेंट होता है इसका लक्ष्य क्या होता है? तो उसने मुझे बोला स्टूडेंट का लक्ष्य होता है कि वो सच्चाई के पीछे दौड़ता रहता है. उसके लिए सच्चाई मीठी होती है. ट्रूथ इज स्वीट. लाइक गांधी जी सेड, द विंडोज ऑफ हिज हाउस are open to all winds. Then I said, what about the idiot? And she said, what is going on? Okay, sir. So she said, so I said, what about, so sir, I said, okay, what about this other type of person who is not a student? So she said, the hallmark, she said, the student, she says the student wears the truth on his or her chest proudly. It's written here. And I said, what about the other type? She says the other type requires an image. It requires an image, and as that image is not true, because the idiot is trying to pretend that he is God. I'm not talking about that. As it is not true, and the idiot is trying to pretend he's God, he has to create this massive image. Then I asked a question, sir. मैं सोचा कि यार ये, सॉरी सर, मैं सोचा कि ये स्टूडेंट